Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Q4 Investors Conference Call of Wall Street Finance Limited. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touch-tone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. Material and information in this conference call is general background about the company's activities at the date of this presentation. Information in this presentation should not be considered as advice or a recommendation to investors or potential investors in relation to holding, purchasing or selling securities and does not take into account your particular investment objectives, financial situation or needs. The information is given in summary form and does not purport to be complete. I now hand the conference over to Mr. N. Sri Krishna, Executive Director and CEO, and Mr. Dipesh Dharod, Chief Financial Officer. Thank you and over to you all.
Thank you. Good evening. This is Sri Krishna here, along with Dipesh, and it's a pleasure to connect once again with our investors and present our financials for Q4 and the year ended 31st March 2021. We'll start with a small presentation of the company and the strategic direction, what has happened in the last 1 year, also the update on our digital journey, and also a detailed update on our results, both in Q4 and for the whole year. We have already uploaded the presentation on the company's website as well as the BSE website. Now I will go over to the presentation. So we start as usual with a brief about the company. So Wall Street Finance Limited, you are all aware as a listed company. It's a RBI authorized category 2 money changer, which means we can deal in foreign exchange, foreign currencies, prepaid cards, and also do outward remittance under LRS, under certain categories allowed by Reserve Bank of India. Now, in the last 2 years, the company has embarked on a digital journey, and today we can say that we are a Forex FinTech. We have got all propositions now in place for our various segments. We have a platform for our corporate segment. We have a platform for our agent partners. Also, we have got an app for our retail customers. So today we can say we are a Forex FinTech. We conduct our business both through our physical branches. We have a 17 branch network and also through our digital platforms. One of the key initiatives which was taken up because being a digital company, we need customers' trust in the information which they provide us. We have got our ISO certification. Today we are a ISO 27001 certified company. Now we are partnered with multiple banks. We deal with HDFC Bank, IndusInd Bank, Yes Bank, RBL, Axis, multiple banks for our card proposition and also for our outward remittance product. We also partner with Thomas Cook and distribute their cards. One of the key initiatives which was our Wall Street Smart Currency Card, which is a co-branded card with Yes Bank, which is the only card with a foreign currency and an INR wallet, along with its dedicated app. We launched it 2 years back and it saw good success. As I updated you earlier, we have got our platforms for corporate and agent segments. We also deal with key corporates like ENY, Emphasis, Novartis, L&T, and also one of the Forex vendors, HDFC Credila. These people trust us, and many of these people use our platforms for their Forex requirements. So the next slide is about the key milestones. So what I would like to highlight is a 30-plus-year-old company, listed company. In the last 2017, we sold our MTSS business. In the last 3 years, it has been a journey on the Forex space, a standalone Forex company. And the last 2 years, we have been able to get into the digital side of Forex, where we have been able to launch various digital propositions. One of the key launches last year was the Smart Forex app for retail customers. So quickly getting into the highlights for Q4 and also for the financial year. As everyone is aware, we started last financial year amidst global lockdown. Our industry was directly impacted. International travel is totally impacted. Even today, it has not recovered thanks to the second wave of COVID. So as a company, what we did was multiple things. One is we concentrated on where we could do some business. We did quite a bit of remittance business. We also did a lot of cost optimization in terms of salary revisions, optimization of our branch network, shifting of premises, multiple things wherein we can reduce the cost because, the pandemic, no one could gauge the extent of the impact of the pandemic. So whatever we could do based on the situation, we did quarter on quarter. So that is what we did. Two steps which we did. One is adapt ourselves to work in the pandemic through work from home and also through effective cost reduction measures, whatever was possible. So in terms of Q4, I'll just first talk to you on the Q4 numbers. Our GTO was around 505 crores from Q3 numbers of 350 crores. So we did grow by 44%. NR, net revenue from operations, was 3.21 crores. I'm talking of net revenue. Dipesh will later cover on the gross revenue part. From 2.43 crores in Q3, we grew by 32% in net revenues. Expense, there was a slight increase by 14% because we had to bring our salaries back to normal and also certain legal costs were involved. At a PBT, we were at a loss of 2.16 crores for the quarter 4. We had to do a provisioning of 1.1 crores for a penalty pertaining to some old case. So at a PAT level, we were at 1.9 crores loss. So if you say what was the major contributor during this period was our remittances, primarily students' business. When we take up the whole year of financial year 2021, if you look at it, our GTO was around 1,559 crores. In fact, which was a drop of 56% over the previous year. The previous year was a non-corona year except for the last month because corona effect was started from February of 2020. So we had a substantial impact, but as we had 4 legs of business, corporate, retail, remittances and wholesale. But in the last 1 year, it was only 1 leg of business which we are running because the others have been completely impacted. Net revenue was around 10.78 crores, down from 22.05 crores, which was a 51% drop. Our cost reduction measures brought in a 24% drop in expenses, which is around 16.71 crores from 21.64 crores. So at a PBT loss, we were at INR 6.96 crores, which includes the provision of 1.1 crores we had done in the last quarter. PAT was INR 5.11 crores. So last year, the major contribution was only from our outward remittances segment, and with 80% of the business coming from the student segment. Wholesale, we had a brief period where we were able to do some exports. There was an opportunity during Q2, but subsequently remains impacted because flights are not moving. Only there were some bubble flights, which had impacted us. And business travel and leisure travel has a nearly 85 to 90% impact last year. Now we come back to the digital side. Of course, I will update once we go through the results. I will also give you a bigger update on digital. But to quickly talk about it, we launched our smart Forex platform. We also are able to get permission for video KYC and also inbuild the video KYC module into our software. Now this is one software which has got both the card management, card ordering and management. We have integrated our smart currency card management inside the smart Forex app, and also where a person can do his outward remittances. We also got our ISO 27000 certification in the last quarter. So now I will ask Mr. Dipesh to update you on the detailed financials. Over to you, Dipesh.
Thank you very much, sir, and good afternoon, everyone. With regard to the quarter 4 and the financial year 2021 result, when we compare quarter on quarter, that is the third quarter versus the fourth quarter, you may look at, when you compare a quarter on quarter with last quarter, that is pre-COVID era, to this current quarter which is post-COVID, So we have a reduction from 949 crores of revenue to 665 crores of revenue, which is a drop of 30%. Other income have increased by about 107%, from 49 crores to 101 crores. Basically, it's a reversal of the provision that was made in the last year for a receivable. The overall profit before tax is 2.15 crores loss against 1.85 crores after taking a provision of 1.11 crore against an ED order. And the profit after tax is for the current quarter is 1.91 crores against 1.16 crores in quarter 4 of 1920. When I compare the previous quarter to this quarter, we grew from 486 lakhs to 665 lakhs. That is an increase of 37%. Other income grew from 22 lakhs over to 1.01 crores. The profit for quarter 3, or the loss rather, was in the quarter 3 was about 2.07 crores, which in the current quarter is 2.15 crores, which includes the provision of 1.1 crore. And the profit after tax was 1.39 in quarter 3, which is right now at 1.91 crores during the quarter 4. When we compare the year-on-year results, as Mr. Krishna mentioned, for financial year 1920, which was a pre-COVID era, and 2021 was completely under COVID, our revenue from operations dropped 42% from 36 CR to 21 CR. Other income was from 199 lakhs to 175 lakhs. Profit before tax was 73 lakh loss again for the last financial year to 6.96 crores during the current financial year, and profit after tax was 58 lakhs in the year 1920, vis-a-vis 5.11 crores during the current financial year. Moving on to the next slide, you can see these are the quarter-on-quarter results at one shot for the last 2 years, that are the 8 quarters. Briefly, I won't go through the entire numbers, but just to highlight a few. During the last year, you can see the quarter-on-quarter. Quarter 1 was extremely down because that was the first effect of the COVID. In quarter 2, we grew back to 329 lakhs in terms of revenue. Again, quarter 3 there was a dip. Quarter 4 we again grew back to 320 crores. We could have done a little better, but the second wave has impacted every one of us. With regard to general and selling expenses, current year, for the full year, we have done 1671 lakhs against 2163 lakhs in the last year. Of course, last year we had done some capitalization, so this is post-capitalization expenses. And with regard to the interest, there has been a considerable drop by about 67%, whereas the overall turnover or the revenue has come down by 42%. With regard to depreciation, there is an increase because the assets, the intangible assets or the portals and the apps that we had made were capitalized during the last year and this year first quarter, and the amortization has been charged to the P&L. Other comprehensive income and taxes are just effects of the PBT figures. And we move on to the next slide. This is giving you a result of this thing which we have already discussed across. These are the published results which has been uploaded after the board meeting. Again, on the next slide, you can see we have given a graphical representation of the revenue from operations, both gross and net, and also our selling and administrative expenses. So last year, as you see the graphical representation, there was a quarter 2 and a quarter 4 which shows the growth to us. The quarter 1 was extremely down, and the quarter 3 we survived and we moved ahead. With regard to expenses, there was a marginal increase in the expenses as there was certain salary rollbacks, certain legal costs, and also change in the branch setups. With regard to our priority segments on the next slide, as you are all aware that travel is still under bubble flights and has not completely grown up. So the travel card sale has been affected, and therefore the figures are not there. But on the other side, if you see remittances, student remittances in particular, has shown a very good growth, and we have from the base year we have grown about 107%, and from the last year also, from the last quarter also we have grown, showing a substantial growth there. With regard to the digital products, I would like to Mr. Krishna to again take it over from here. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Dipesh. When we talk about the digital journey, this is the strategic path the company had taken 2-3 years back when we started this forex journey. We wanted to be a forex fintech. So there are a lot of efforts were put in, and we have now come out with all the platforms, smart corporate platform. We have 100 plus corporates in the platform. Obviously, corporate business is down by 90% last year. So we cannot say much about the contributions, but still we can proudly say that we have got a platform for corporates. We have some large corporates in the platform. And also whatever business we are doing, around 42% of our business is coming through the smart corporate platform. As far as smart agent platform is concerned, this is one platform which is a base for a lot of our activities in terms of automation. We are proud to say that we have some 200 plus agents in this platform. We are trying to integrate this with large partners, and we are very bullish about this platform bringing in a lot of change in the ecosystem. When you talk of smart forex app, we launched it last year. Obviously, there was a lot of challenge in terms of KYC things, because earlier the clarification was not there on video KYC, etc. But subsequently, the video KYC part has got clarified, so we have built it into our system. And we also integrated the smart currency card into this app. So today you can say that we have around 3,000 plus downloads, and our entire base of smart currency cards moving to this app. So we look forward to this app bringing in that much needed newer revenue stream to us when things open up in a big way. Parallelly, we also have worked on our ISO certification, and we have got our ISO certification for information security management system. One other thing which we are doing is we are also in the final stage of launching our consumer portal, because we first launched the app. But now we are launching the portal also, and also we are bringing in a little changes in our app. Redesigned app also will be launched, and a new website is also being launched in the first quarter. We also are happy to say that we participated in the RBI regulatory sandbox for cross-border remittances, and have showcased our outward remittance product, which is a kind of an innovation, and we are hopeful that we will be given a chance to demonstrate the same. With this, I would like to come to the end of my presentation. Thank you everyone, for being with us. These are tough times, and we need all the support. Now I would like to hand over the conference to the moderator. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin with the question and answer session. Anyone wishing to ask a question may please press star and 1 on your touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Nimesh Seth from GT Advisory. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hi. Good evening, sir. Yes, your comments were very good. It's been an unusually difficult year, especially for the segment in which we operate, which is the travel segment. But I'd like to congratulate the management for keeping its focus and working on all the bits and pieces that are required to position the company correctly when the sector finally opens up. So working on the portal, on your smart app, etc. I have a couple of questions. These are all actually based on the financials. One is the provision of 1.1 crore that you've made in the quarter and for the financial year. What exactly is that? Second is, there is an old matter relating to service tax. This is an industry matter, and the industry is fighting this case. I just want to know I mean, we don't know the outcome of the case, but I just want to know what is the liability that the company is contesting, what is that number? And the third is, what is the cash position in the company? I know we have FDs which are utilized for businesses, etc. But now that we are making losses, some of those FDs may have got consumed, some of that cash. So what is the latest position? So these are my only three questions. And thank you. And we're hoping that FY22 will be a much better year for us.
Sure. So what I will do is I will answer a part of the question. Dipesh will answer the service tax part.
Perfect.
Sure.
The first question is about the provisioning which we have done.
Correct.
So essentially, this pertains to certain transactions for the year 2014, as we have mentioned, and that was taken up by ED. And this is something we cannot talk about others, but it is again an interest. Quite a few players, these transactions are taken up. But what has happened is, and then they have cost, and we got an order. Exactly, if you look at it, we got the order on 25th of March, and we got the order on 1st of April. So we got this order imposing as a penalty. There was a show cause, and then we had replied, and then it was a penalty was imposed. So essentially, it pertains to certain card transactions which was conducted by the company in 2014. So what we have done is we have gone in for an appeal with the appellate tribunal, FEMA appellate tribunal. We have got time for us to apply. So we have contested the penalty and applied to the FEMA appellate tribunal, saying that we have conducted the transaction as per the extant guidelines. So this is the case. I cannot go into nitty-gritties of the case because since we are contesting on that. So essentially, since it's a ED order, we need to immediately provide for it, even though we may have received it on 1st of April. On 25th, the order dated. So in the last minute, we at a prudent, what is prudent we thought was to provide for it, because since it's a order from the DOE. So that is the thing. So case is being contested. We are on the merits. We are on various grounds. We are contesting this with the appellate tribunal, and we are waiting for the outcomes. But provisioning needs to be done. Since the order has come to us, we need to provision for the same. That's why we took this call that let's provision for it, being a prudent company, being a prudent practice, but parallelly also appeal against the order. That's what we had done. Last year also, if you look at it, for a receivable, we provisioned it because we thought that was appropriate, and this year we recovered that, and also in the fourth quarter we got the money back. So that's what is this appeal all about. I cannot go into nitty-gritties on our public forum. So this is how much I can provide. As far as service tax is concerned, Dipesh, can you update?
Yeah, yes, sir, definitely. With regard to service tax, the liability that you're mentioning, of course, it's an industry issue, as you have rightly pointed out. The liability should be close to about 15 to 16 CR, that what we foresee from here. But of course, it is subject to a lot of provisions where we are very clear, and of course, the entire industry is clear that it should not be charged. But of course, the matter is sub judice, so it's there in the the open forum. And with regard to the cash, sir, would you or should I take up?
So, Nimesh, if you look at cash position, so essentially we have had a cash loss of close to around 4.8 crores. So if you subtract the depreciation, that's our cash loss. Minus provision, minus depreciation is our cash loss. The company has cash. Even for the next 1 year projections, we will not be short of funds. And we are pretty, see, the question is coronavirus that effect could not be predicted actually. Initially we thought we will come out of it by the third quarter. Third quarter, international impact of second wave happened. So even though we were better off, we thought we have come out of corona. Because of our very nature of the business, we got stuck on third quarter very badly. Fourth quarter, January was fantastic. We were close to even, you can say, break even. Suddenly, second wave started, and it has really gripped. The impact of the second wave has been terrible. So we again started having an impact from February onwards. But the good thing which I can tell you is, when I compare last April to this April, last April, our business just went down. This April, we still are able to sustain a substantial amount of remittance because there is a lot of optimism in terms of the students' business. Because even if you look at US directive, they said Indians don't come, but students, if you have a visa, we will allow you entry. So we are still optimistic about the student season happening, and hopefully with the vaccine and all coming through, we hope that by the third quarter, the things should be positive. But as I said, this COVID, the second wave impact was something which no one expected, the ferocious nature of it. So we always have to now have a word of caution, because there is something which is not in our control. That is how this COVID impact pans out in the next couple of months. But we are optimistic, as the COVID pandemic has proved one thing: digital is important, and which we have already been on the job of being a digital company. The business remains kind of a business which is a lot of people are bullish on. Global companies are coming into India for outward remittances, card product. So that also validates that the space we are in is a good space. But then again, we are impacted directly today. So maybe for some time we have to wait it out.
Okay. Noted. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All the best, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants, anyone wishing to ask a question, may please press star and 1. The next question is on the line of Vikram Damani from Damani Securities. Please go ahead.
Hi, good afternoon. Thanks for taking the time. I have 2 questions. First, in your cash flow, I see that there is some amount set aside for dividend payments. Is that right? Are you all paying a dividend this year?
Gentlemen, that is the last year dividend which was actually paid out during the month of October. So the effect comes in the current year of the cash flows.
Right. Okay. I was just
The last year we had declared 1 rupee 50 paise. So that's that amount, sir.
Okay, great. And one more question. Now you said that Jan was almost break even for us. What was the Jan sales number? How much business did we do in Jan? So I just want to get a sense of, what just to extrapolate and see what our annual break even would be.
No. See, I'll be very clear with you. If you look at our, I have also mentioned the costs per se. If you look at my slide, that's what, the financials are always expressed in gross. But at a net expenses also, we have now tried to represent so that to give you a fair idea. Our break even at any point of time is around 1.5 crores a month.
1.5 crores a month. So that's what I wanted to know. Okay, great. That's it from my side. Thank you.
So we have brought it down from the substantial cost reductions have happened. Earlier it was 2 crores. Now it's around 1.5.
Okay, awesome. Good to know. Thank you. Thank you. All the best with everything in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants, anyone wishing to ask a question, may please press star and 1. Participants, if you wish to ask a question, you may please press star and 1. As there are no further questions, I now hand the conference over to Mr. N. Sri Krishna and Mr. Dipesh Tharoor for their closing comments.
Thank you. I would like to thank everyone for joining us for this call. Once again, I would like to thank everyone for the support and the understanding, because these times are difficult, both at a personal front and also at when the business is really going through a lot of challenges. We need your support. We are confident that together we will come out in a successful manner. Please reach out to us in case of any queries. You can reach out to our company secretary. I would now request the moderator to conclude the call. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Wall Street Finance Limited, we thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines. Thank you.